What is up, everybody? It's your boy DFSUpNorth here with another Sunday night football showdown. Right, let me make sure my mic is on the right one. Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, we are gonna Sunday night football showdown, and it's my Vikings looking to lose another game against the Cowboys and really eliminate themselves from place. Actually, by the time that this airs and this goes out Sunday night, we probably will be eliminated. There's a couple of teams have to win. I think the Browns have to beat the Bears. I don't know. But regardless, Vikings ain't making the playoffs. But JJ McCarthy did look a little better last week. So we're feeling optimistic. I'm not optimistic, guys. I'm not optimistic. Come on, you know me better than that. But you know what? It was not sort of the worst game last week. Obviously, shutting out the Washington Commanders helps. But we've got a 47-point total here. 26-21. So the Vikings are implied for 3 touchdowns on the road. 5-point dogs, not the worst game in the world. This Cowboys defense sucks. The Vikings defense is pretty good. JJ McCarthy sucks. Dak Prescott's pretty good, right? So it's sort of it'll be an interesting game. I actually like the over here. I think that we get some touchdowns. JJ looks comfortable, I think, again against this defense. That's just really not that good. And then I think that Dak is going to be able to, with all his weapons, CeeDee Lamb cleared concussion protocol. He's going to be able to move the ball a little bit too. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of our captain plays, some of the flex plays, some of the cheapies that are going to help you take down a GPP. So it starts for me with sort of the skill guys from the Cowboys, right? Dak's going to have all his weapons available. Dak +2 is where I'm going on the majority of my lineups. Really like Dak +2 here. CeeDee Lamb, healthy, cleared. The Vikings defense is legit. They allow the fewest points to opposing fantasy wide receivers. And you know what? It is between, I think Lamb is a better captain play than an MVP play. I think that Pickens is going to be lower owned, which makes him arguably the better GPP play. So I think if you're building like a cashy lineup, you're either going Dak or CeeDee here, right? That's sort of the best options, unless you're going to fully punt a kicker and then stack in a bunch of guys, which is a absolutely viable strategy this week. But Lamb, massive target share, elite playmaker. There's no one that can really stop him. Right. When he is going and him and Dak are clicking, it's very, very tough to stop him. Pickens, huge part of the week, huge part of the air attack. He's been, leading the team in receiving yards. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb being hurt helps that, but took a step back to earth a little bit last week, but this is still a good spot for him to get back on track. That deep threat has been an issue for the Vikings, despite being a pretty good secondary. Guys who can take the top off the defense, they have a hard time at covering. So for me, it sort of starts with those 3. Javonte Williams is fine. They're going to throw the ball a ton here. And why wouldn't you, right? Against the Vikings, especially on those deep balls. Williams could get there. We haven't seen it lately. I don't know. It's a good spot. I get it. Like the Vikings run D is not that great. They're better in the past, but not my favorite play. Talk a little bit about JJ here. It doesn't get much easier for him. The Dallas defense is terrible. The game plan is going to be a bunch of short throws, a bunch of first reads. He's not going to overthink it, not try to read too much, and then maybe make some things happen with his legs. Right? If he can avoid taking a bunch of sacks here, even if he throws a couple of picks, but if he can avoid taking the sacks, that's going to extend his drives. It's going to give him more opportunities. That's going to allow the Vikings to get clicking a little bit here. JJ could get there, right? He'd have to run one in, but it's not the most outrageous scenario to see JJ be the nuts captain here. Okay. Jefferson at some point is going to get his. Could it be here? Absolutely. Again, defense that cannot handle pretty much any receiver, right? So you throw a guy like Justin Jefferson. Now the question being is can JJ get him the ball? Last week they were very successful. They didn't get JJ, or they didn't get Judge as the ball. All right. Now I think he's going to see that increase here, but it's a bit concerning that we're not seeing Jefferson get it. All right. Addison, been one of McCarthy's favorite targets, red zone guy, touchdown upside. Think he's a great flex. And then a low end captain. I think I wrote dart throw in there. I'm gonna have to erase that because he's not a dart throw. He is a great option here. Jake Ferguson, core piece this off, and he is questionable. He's gonna play. Consistently gets red zone work. Elite in those sort of targets. Safe flex play, potentially a low end captain. Same for Brandon Aubrey, right? These cheaper guys are what you want to do is like you're gonna play a Brandon Aubrey, right? He's gonna kick a bunch of field goals. So in that scenario, you're able to load up on a bunch of studs or TJ Hawkinson, right? Hawkinson, we saw 3 touchdown passes to tight ends last week from JJ McCarthy. Loves the tight end, right? If those don't go to Josh Oliver and now they go to TJ Hawkinson, who is the better pass catcher, right? Hawkinson in the captain slot does make some sense. Now, if he doesn't score, you're looking at an absolute 0 here, right? But those lineups will build one here in a second with the TJ Hawkinson captain can be pretty good looking, right? Aubrey, great though, stud 5 for 5 last week, live in the captain, great flex play. One of the best kickers in the league. As we kind of scroll down here, we do have a weird pricing issue on DraftKings. Jordan Mason is priced like the starter, where he's been getting out-touched 2-1 by Aaron Jones. I'm not touching him here. Does he have the upside to score well? Yes, absolutely. Even on 8 to 9 carries, I think he can get there. But Jordan Mason's not a guy that I just don't think the Vikings are going to run the ball a ton here. Aaron Jones, fine play, right? Not somebody I'm super excited about. But at the pricing, makes some more sense. On FanDuel, they got it right. Weird. FanDuel never gets anything right. Will Reichard, solid kicker. I just don't know the Vikings are going to be able to settle for field goals, right? Whereas the Cowboys know they're going to move the ball. They knew they're going to score. They can settle for some field goals. I think Aubrey has 3-4 attempts again here. Ryan Flournoy went bonkers last week, guy that we've talked about multiple times in like my 10 under 10, as well as some of the showdowns here. Finally blew up. Do we think that's going to happen again? Probably not, right? But he's still a good option as the wide receiver 3 here. Cowboys D is trash, but they are going against JJ McCarthy, and we've seen what JJ McCarthy can do. Got to have some exposure here. I just don't like this Hawkinson price, guys. 4,000 on DraftKings is bonkers to me. Vikings D, I'm not like super excited about playing them, but especially on the road, but you know what? They're good. They back down passes. They can create turnovers. They can score, right? You can get involved there. Devontae Turpin, 3 for 3 last week, $3,000 on DraftKings continues to be a great option. Would be the only, that's maybe one of the ways that I'd play the Cowboys defense is if I'm playing Devontae Turpin with him. Jalen Naylor, wide receiver 3, super cheap, good option. Josh Oliver caught 2 tutties last week. That'll be it. He's going to post a 0 this week. I really actually believe that. I'm not playing Josh Oliver. Malik Davis is interesting here. He's super cheap. He's not getting a ton of carries, but we know that running backs can get hurt. Well, anybody can get hurt, right? But we see it with running backs. If for some reason Javonte Williams goes down, Malik Davis gets a bunch of run, that could be your path to a GPP, a win. We don't like to sort of rely on injuries, but you know what? It's gotten so sharp in showdowns, especially these big contests, that you can take some chances on guys like a Malik Davis. And with the idea not being that he's going to have a great game, but the idea being that somebody can get hurt in front of him, right? Jalen Tolbert's been a scratch. If for some reason Jake Ferguson's not able to go, Luke Schoonamaker and Brevin Spanford will be your tight ends. Both are going to play a little bit regardless. No, like I think Ferguson's going to play. He'll be fine. And one of them would have to score a touchdown, right? To be in the nuts. Xavier Scott, though, okay, averaging like 5-ish yards a carry, comes in, he's got a little pop, right? One of those cheap RBs that gets a little work, maybe in garbage time, but scores a touchdown and gets you in the nut, right? He's nuts. He's not getting a bunch of carries, like 3 a game. But maybe interesting. Felton played a little bit in garbage time last week. Jonathan Mingo actually got some snaps last week. Weird. I don't think that's going to happen again. Sims, Lipke's maybe the guy you want to watch out for here. He hasn't done much lately. Miles Price, returner, who again, garbage time, got some carries last week. Him and Felton should maybe pick up some of the slack from Adam Thielen. Neither of them are great plays, right? CJ Ham, fullback, can catch a pass, ruin your showdown for you, but again, not somebody that I necessarily foresee really crushing here. We go to the FD showdown. A little bit smaller pool in the MVP just because of the lack of the PPR. Can CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens still get there? Absolutely. But, same with Jefferson. But you're looking, Dak Prescott is probably your best play here. Followed by JJ McCarthy isn't interesting to me. I maybe it's the rose-colored glasses as the Vikings fan. I think he could move the ball and score against this defense. Javonte Williams, Brandon Aubrey too. Like I am going to have some Brandon Aubrey MVP lineups here. Otherwise, the pricing very similar, right? They got the Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones thing figured out. Addison 7,600 is one of my favorite plays over here. Brandon Aubrey is cheap. Minnesota Vikings, but then this TJ Hawkinson 54 guys. Like what? I don't understand the hate on TJ Hawkinson this week. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Jalen Naylor 3,600. Yes, please, right? Some definite cheapies that can get you there. All right, let's build that TJ Hawkinson captain lineup just to see what it looks like. 8,800 remaining. All right, how many studs can we fit? Can we go Dak? Can we go CD? Can we even go George Pickens? Like, guys, look at how good that lineup is. Dak +3, I'm not a huge fan of, but like, guys, that's a really good lineup, right? Now let's look at it. It looks like when we play one of these studs, right? Let's say we go. We talked about CD, right? We'll go. Wanted him in the captain. All right, let's go CD Lamb captain, clear concussion, right? 7,000 now. Okay, if I go Dak, now we're looking at 61, right? Okay, now we get the TJ Hawkinson the value in there, right? Let's go. Let's say Flournoy has another game. Can we go Aubrey? That gets us up to, you know what? It's really not that bad. But here's my issue: is it keeps making me want to go Dak +3, and I don't necessarily love that. JJ and double kicker. Man, TJ Hawkinson being so cheap makes so much work for you guys. All right. I don't love Dak +3. Okay. I like Dak +2. Right. But yeah, it's tough. Let's go MVP Dak over here and now see what we can do. Let's go George Pickens in this lineup. Can we go JJ and JJ? Can I get them both in? What do we? Okay. Got this zoomed in so we can see. I can go. No, it's not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford anybody here. $600 remaining. Oh, my internet. Brandon Aubrey. Yes, let's remove him. Thank you. All right, now we can get back in here. Let's go Jalen Naylor. No Tolbert, Davis, Xavier Scott. Luke Schoonamaker plays enough that we could probably throw him in there. So Scooney, JJ, Pickens, Dak. I mean, honestly, guys, like you kind of throw a dud in there with Schoonamaker. That kind of works. All right. So yeah, I don't hate that lineup at all. All right. That's what I got for you guys this week. No DS breakdown. Again, this game's pretty simple. It's not that hard. Play the pass catchers for both teams, right? And it really comes down to what's your faith in JJ McCarthy, right? Can he do it? I think that when we get ownership tomorrow, we want to look at that and say, hey, is there some leverage on JJ in the MVP? Is there leverage on JJ in the captain? Those are sort of the things that we got to do here. So appreciate it. Peace, everybody. Have a great week.